Good morning, and this is your crypto day morning. Today's date, it comes in that of Friday, the 18th day of January, 2019. All bets, trades of the like within each his own risk and their own reward. Over the last many a days, we have had resistance amongst this level in here. A little bit of an uptrend line, but albeit just a little bit. Overall, prices remain below the 18 average of lows. And although it may stay doing this for a little bit, it is due for a decent move in either side of the direction. When we put the Fibonacci lines in such, which I put in a while back, let's do that now. These are levels from the lows down here at around 31 change and the around $20,000 highs. I'll recalculate these lines if it breaches below this low, but obviously it hasn't done so as of yet. This most recent range from this breakdown has came down to this lower end, has resisted this upper end. When we take a look at this on a short-term time frame, the higher lows, we got this one, I guess these two in here, this one pretty much a match. And over the single hour time frame, not much really to say other than what has already been going over, how within this sideways move at some point you're going to have a decent size move, but all of the moves are just that, decently sized when it does have its break, because it seems every single time with this market, or at least a high percentage of the times, you have a decent up or down move and then it just goes sideways. Decent up move and it goes sideways. Decent down move, sideways. Decent down move, a little bit sideways. Decent up move and it goes sideways for a bit. And I'm going to expect no different, I would think, when you have a situation, say if it comes down below the support, maybe a decent size move down to 31 and then it goes sideways. Or a decent size move up to 4,100 or 4,000 and then it'll go sideways. And we'll see how it goes, but for now, it doesn't look too optimistic how it's resisting this little area here, but I'm not going to try to make any type of bold predictions on what the next play is, but I guess I'd say it's greater than 50% down, given how it's resisting this 18 average of lows and the attempt of reverting the trend, that its next move would be a decent leg lower, but what would that be, 54, 55% likely? I don't know, and thus I'm not going to, and I don't really recommend anything as it is anyway, but I'm not recommending anything as far as a play. Now let's move on to altcoins, which one of my favorite ones lately has been AID, AID. And when we noticed yesterday, or what I can see in here, is that before the session of today even started, this is how it looked. So a little bit different, and you had a day before move at that point, close to the 18 highs, closing there. And then getting out above here, and like unlike all the previous highs or times, not retracing quite as much. 18 average now would be starting to rise nicely if it can hold, albeit a beautiful move, making it up to close to 1100. I got my last sale in a little bit below the 1000 number, even around 950 was where I ended up selling last. 4-hour term time frame, very beautiful job from the January 16th, January 17th period around midnight. So therefore, over the last day and a half or so, it's had this nice little move amongst its 18 average, and big moves up, big moves down. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Now I could buy what I sold back right now, and it's a decent move as it is. 950 subtract about 817 would work out to that of about around 130 or so. That's a decline of about 13-14%, but I'm waiting for even a pullback much lower into the 600s if it's going to pull back, because that's what these markets do. They are either going to start something special, and or it's going to go down significantly much lower. So to me, I'm looking at a safe, or not a safe, a normal buy, maybe around 600, 605. Thus a safer one to me is about 650. So that's what I'm looking to do. Sell 950 and not buy back again until it comes down here. Because I don't know yet if I'm going to trust this rally yet. Just because it's showing good stuff now doesn't mean it's going to hang on to it. And there's so many times in the past with these cryptos where it has nice monstrous style moves, and then it comes back to its 18 area where it came from. And in this case here, this is a spot where it supported this resistance, and then it just had another leg lower going back to again where it was. And then all these intraday moves, almost like they never happened. And what I mean by that is if they were to be deleted, it was doing the same thing it was the previous few days, closing in on the area and the up and down move, all this and here. It's pretty much artificial, but only price pays, meaning you trade up here, well, the trade goes through. And updating on the trade situation for myself as far as using the buy low, sell high strategy. And from the start, the blue line representing how I have done trading aid, the orange line if I would have just bought on period 1 and then done nothing and thus hold what I would own. Well, on the sale, it would have been worth, the market was up 50% from when I bought it at 950, or when I sold it at 950, it was up 50% from where I bought it. And at this point here, I was up about 72, 73%. Now with the price reduction, I have had this little bit of a pullback. There's no trade done here. This is just to represent the price at around the 800 or so level. And the decline on the orange line is a little bit bigger, and that's because, well, there's more of it to lose going on the way down, because when the market goes up, I'm going to own a lot less, or definitely less than I did before, because with the sell, like I'm going to sell a little bit here, you sell here, you own less. So that means on the way down, I don't lose as much because I have less of the coins to lose than the orange colored version would have. And on the way up, if this thing just goes stir crazy, there's a lot more to gain with owning more, which this would have. And thus it is possible that this line could overlap the blue line on any significant rallies. And I kind of hope it does, because that means it's going to have to rally good. Of course, the chances that it holds and stays above it if you trade this long term is almost nil. And that is that. So yeah, I've just been getting more trades on this one than most coins. So therefore, I like it. It's pretty cool to show how this has been moving thus far. And later today, I'll be looking at both the National Basketball Association and the NHL for hockey selections, or NBA ones. I went 1-1 yesterday for a profit, as my 160 money line on the Kings was a winner, but the plus 175 puck line on the Tampa Bay Lightning was a loser. But when you're taking prices of that nature and you go 1-1, I welcome it, as profit is profit. I haven't looked at any of the games yet. I can't even guarantee that, okay, probably going to be nothing, definitely going to be something. I don't know. I only want to play games, I think, it gives me a decent advantage, so there could be 0 plays, but I'm going to update it either way and go through my analysis of the games for tonight. The Leafs do play Florida. That much I know. And they do pretty good off of back-to-backs. And anyway, thank you for tuning in, and I'll talk to you all later again. Bye-bye.